He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is Not Another Shooting Show. We go to Tiffin, Ohio, where a Tiffin police officer is recovering from non-life-threatening injuries from an accidental self-inflicted gunshot Tuesday morning. The accidental shooting happened on duty when officers with the Tiffin Police Department responded to a call of a domestic disturbance around 7:40 a.m. A caller reported that a person had been threatened by someone with a weapon. At the scene, 3 people were located and 1 was arrested. While separating the individuals, an officer's weapon accidentally discharged while readjusting, and they were injured. Officials said in a statement on Wednesday, the officer was taken to the hospital with 9 life-threatening injuries and is in good condition. No one else was injured. The officers involved have not been identified, as the incident is now under an internal investigation. So he adjusted it, cop, probably a level 3 holster.
So 320.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here. If it was a common thing, you would hear more about it.
Mm-hmm.
Level 3 holsters tend to have this thing where they don't have anything in the trigger guard in any way, shape, or form. So I'm fascinated.
I will say this about the holster I used for the dark match is a Safariland. I can't remember which model it is, but it does have I can actually get my pinky finger to the trigger on that holster, a light-bearing holster. And that has been actually an issue. The Safariland has redesigned some holsters. It is a thing where like cop handcuff keys and other things have gotten in there. So like, what Sig has said about, stuff getting in there, I'm absolutely sure that has happened, where stuff has gotten in there. But I'm also sure that it's happened when there wasn't an issue with the holster. So,
yep.
Area 3, for example. Anyway, so on that note, we never did this in the last episode with Adam Grimm. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. I'm just mentioning it right away for those of you who are not subscribers. Don't worry, we're not cutting you off right here. We got more show before we cut it off. But hey, go subscribe. You'll get all of this episode. So we shot the dark match last night.
We did.
As we're recording this on Sunday. We just finished up with Adam Grimm. Super awesome. That's a great episode if you listen to that. We shot the dark match last night in the dark at my club in Canton, South Dakota. And I did not shoot particularly great, but I had a lot of fun.
The stages were really fun. The night was cold but not unpleasant.
No, the wind was it was very non-typical for South Dakota. The wind was not blowing hard. So even though it was cold, it was very tolerable. We had
a decent squad. I mean, ours was very small, so we didn't really have time to kind of horse around. It was kind of everyone had to be doing something or else the match would not have progressed.
Yeah.
But we had four guys from Kansas City come up. Three guys from Kansas City.
Lark, Andrew, and I was just messaging with him on Facebook. Shit, I'm an asshole. Eric.
And they all ran night vision.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a really fun match. It moved very quickly, which was nice for those of us who had to drive home.
Yeah, you got basically a 3-hour drive back to your apartment, don't you?
Yep. I'm thankful for my travel buddies. But yeah, most of the stages I would gladly use at a local match and with no thought about throwing them down. Like a few of them, I think the only thing I would change would, throw steel instead of a paper here or whatever. But overall, they were all kind of fun.
I left steel out of a couple of stages on purpose just to make it simpler for the reset, knowing there would be more newer shooters. And there actually were no first-time shooters last night.
Right. That threw me off when you asked it during the meeting.
Because no one showed up for I had emailed out there will be a new shooter brief at 6:15 in the clubhouse, and no one showed up for it. I'm like, okay, people didn't read their email, But then there was nobody who was their first time shooting a match. So that was good. We have got to give a big shout out to Tristan. He was the guy who devised the mechanism by which the lights went out on stage 7, I think it was. Super cool. It was, now for those of us shooting regular light, it was sort of interesting, but it didn't, you start shooting and then the light goes out. A popper lands on a stomp pad, and the stomp pad pulls a trailer emergency brake pin, and then he hooked that to a relay that shut off the lights. And it wasn't particularly interesting for those of us just shooting with flashlights on our pistols, but the night vision guys loved it. Yep. Because it presented a different challenge, because their night vision had to adjust because they had light. There was 2 lights on it. There was light shining on the berm behind the targets, of which there was a no shoot or 2 in there. And then there was another light facing right in the shooter's face, like on the beep. So the lights are on to start the stage. And then if you shoot the popper first, that will shut off the lights. And so while the night vision guys are shooting, then the lights change. And with the light shining in their face, it was tough for them to see much. So, and they loved it. They thought it was cool because it's like, yeah, it's a test of our gear. That's why we do it, We're having fun with this stuff. And it was, at first I thought they were bitching about it. And it's like, no, it's cool. I was talking to Andrew, one of the Kansas City guys. He's like, no, I love it. It's cool. It's a interesting thing to put on the stage. So, thank you, Tristan, for doing that. It's the rig he bought all the parts for. We paid him back, and then we got it stored for the next one. So we'll figure out something else to do electrically with it. Is there something electrical you could do for a regular stage that would be useful for, to turn on or turn off?
Trying to think of a good one.
Like for a regular match, daytime. Like, is there anything electrical you would want? Or could, I've never seen it.
It would have to, because they don't tend to use electrical things because they're A, expensive, and B, they're a pain in the ass if they break.
Yeah.
Because you need someone who actually has electrical skill to fix them. But if you put a no shoot on a swinging arm on a machine that when it turns off, the swinger stops. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. I can't think of too many more off the top of my head, but my brain is stuck on port covers and if I shoot that, it pulls it sets off these electrical relays that
open ports.
open or close ports.
Sure. Oh, that would be cool. It opens 2 and closes 1.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to shoot another one to do it again.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of interesting.
Right, because it would change, if you had a 3-port array with a popper on the left, that when the popper gets hit, it opens the right and left one, but the middle one closes. But when it's up, the middle one's open and the right and left. And so you have to shoot the middle, shoot the steel, and then that would switch them. Again, it would just become a reliability and, reset thing.
Yeah.
But it would be cool as fuck. I support it. I don't have the electrical skill to know if we can make it reliable.
The trailer emergency brake thing worked all night for 50 shooters. So, it reset pretty easy. It was not a complicated reset. The only time it got complicated was when the cable got hung up on the popper, because the popper landed on the stop pad, and when I went to go reset the pin and cable, they had reset the stomp pad, but the popper, I don't know how it happened. The cable ended up behind the popper. I'm like, why am I out of reach? I can't reach the trailer brake, and someone finally goes, "Oh, it's tangled," and undid the knot for me, and I was just I couldn't see it. But no, it was for being the match director now for, I think this was our 8th night match.
Seems about right, yeah.
I thought it was the best one we've had so far.
I would agree. I've been
Out of all of them, like
them.
just generally, the stages were simple but fun and challenging. They were probably the overall safest set of stages.
Yeah,
in terms of like not hiding people downrange.
Yep. I would no hiding down range, no required retreats, no kind of sketchy 180 stuff. Like the stages were straightforward, and every one of the experienced competitors I talked to was like, I like a stage or a match where I'm just here to shoot the stage. I'm not spending 20 minutes trying to figure out the best way. It's like, just show up, do the shooting challenge that everyone's presented the same shooting challenge, accomplish it effectively.
I did 0 visualizations last night because none of the stages were so complicated that it required it. It was more so about the challenge of shooting in the dark. And excuse me, this was the first time where my gun stopped on a no shoot, and I almost pulled the trigger. There was an array on one of the stages where I think it was the stage with the light that shut off.
Yep.
We'll do that in the night match. We'll just put random no shoots out there because you can't see what the target is. Like you're looking, there's kind of the silhouette of a target, and then your light hits it, and it's like, that's a no shoot. That's exactly what happened to me, or that is exactly what happened to me on that stage. My buddy Nick, he's the cover boy once again after a dark match. He center punched a no shoot with 1 round, and what did he say right after he shot it? Like, that motherfucker or something like that.
Yeah, because the night vision boys can't.
He was a night vision guy, and they can't. The targets all look the same, so they have to like pre-memorize which ones are no shoots, and that array wasn't complicated, but if you were shooting night vision, you had to be more on the ball with it, to not shoot the no shoot, and so. A couple of years ago, he shot a no shoot it was a stack of targets. There was a no shoot, and then the scoring target was below it, and it was over a low wall. So it was like a low target on the other side of that low wall, and he put 2 right in the center of the no shoot. Not even, and he said, "I never saw the scoring target below it." So, no, I don't mean to pat myself on the back, but like. That was the most fun in a night match I ever had.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it. It was really nice for me because your winter one, fall one, I don't know, it's November, so it's it started. I think we started shooting at 6:30, 6:45.
No, it was closer to. It was about 7 by the time we actually got shooting.
Okay, so
but
7.
Sunset was at like 6:17, so it's earlier in the evening.
Yeah, so and most people probably know this, but sunset doesn't mean the sun is down. It just means
it wasn't really dark till almost 7.
Yeah. So once it got dark, we pretty much started shooting, and I was on the road, and I had to wait for Heidi and Owen to finish their stages because
we got done early.
Yeah, we had a small squad, I think, and so we had a lot of experienced guys, so we just muscled our way through it. But we were on the road by 10:45 ish. So,
and that's after you even helped tear down.
Yeah,
and I actually shot the shit with Owen for a little bit afterwards too. So
motherfucker,
that was his. It was his first night match.
Yep,
I didn't realize he had not been up here for it before.
Yeah, he shot his first night match. He shot it with his 10mm Glock.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. It was his 10 mil. I think he gave him I feel like he told me it gave him some problems. But
he was shooting irons. He said that was kind of a challenge in the dark.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he said he had fun and he'd gladly do it again. We got home at like 1:30 a.m. The drive home after these matches always fucks me up for some reason, and I'm not gonna lie, like the last 20 minutes, my eyes were struggling to focus, and it was not the most safe for me to be driving, but we made it home. And
did you guys go in your truck?
Yeah, so they parked at my gym, and then they each live like 30 minutes in the opposite directions from my gym, but it's the most centrally located place for all of the group. So,
who Heidi and Owen rode down with you?
Yep.
Okay, Steven, I have to give I have to give that shitbag Steven some credit because he got there early, and he was like he took care of Bay 5. And got it all set up and raring to go, and was there early. And I mean, I'm joking, of course, but of all the Omaha people, though, like he was way more useful than any of the rest of you.
Yeah.
He showed up and got a stage built, and
I, if I'm honest, I was riding the struggle bus, and I'm a little. I struggled a lot because it was Halloween the night before.
Did you go out?
I hung out with a friend that nothing super fun happened, but the night ended at 2 a.m. And then I slept on their couch, and then I woke up and went to a 2-hour sparring session. And then I taught class, and then I ran home and showered and grabbed all my shit, and then went back to the gym, picked him up, and drove. So
you were a tired boy.
I was riding a little bit of the struggle bus, but amphetamines and monsters kept the boy focused.
Yep. Nope. That's super helpful.
On that note, we should do the Patreon thing.
Okay. Patreon. Well, before we do that, there's a little secret I have to tell Jeff about our last episode. And it's going to be really fun, and you don't want to miss it. So if you want to hear it, you're going to have to be a Patreon member. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. This payoff will actually be worth it. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month, and you get all of this episode and the entire second episode every single week. And we also have, 100 and some people. You're one of those people. And then there's like comments and things in the Patreon as well. So please join us. We really appreciate it. Patreon.com/NotAnotherShootingShow. It's only $3.57 a month.